What's going on? It's your boy Just Seal Games, and we are here with a tournament report for November the 7th, Card Markets event. And this is my little breakdown, so let me know what you think. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Funny though. Oh my god! This is power. Setup's a little bit different because we had to have the like cameras here, and it was just, yeah, I had to have the camera facing down to the deck and stuff. I just wanted to kind of give you a breakdown to the tournament. I came second, and of course, as you all know, I play baby. I play any baby. People were really worried, or, well, people always said, oh, you're not going to play the blue baby when it comes out because you're a red player. You can only play aggro. I had a lot of people saying a lot of things about me before, you know, during my career in Dragon Ball. I know I've only played baby in big events because I've had fun. I also played Meta Cooler once, nearly topped as well, but I topped and came second this weekend with blue baby, a completely different style. So I'm going to run down the deck and stuff. It's a little bit different than a normal deck review because we've already put this deck sort of on the channel, but this one's kind of talking about it in depth and adding a new little spice and telling you the things I will be changing. Do note this deck list is before Draft Box 6. It will be changing for Draft Box 6, and but before that I will show you other decks that I've had coming out, and you'll see some cool little techs and things that you can try yourself with other baby leaders. We won't always concentrate on blue. It's just what I'm really enjoying at the moment. So anyway, moving on, let's talk about the beginning of the deck. So we had a few cards like this. This is our sort of our core, the main baby cards, and what I changed. So I changed Gohan down to 3 and put Booler up to 3 as well. I added Trunks Heroic Prospect because I thought Red Broly was going to be more prominent in the tournament, and so I just assumed it would be better. I'd be able to use it more. Dark Broly as well. So, you know, it was for that, and also Green Gotenks, you know, things like that. It gives a little bit of that hand hate and helps me sort of survive in that sort of meta. So let me talk you through playing the deck. Now, people have a problem with Blue Baby, and they don't think it's very good because of the hand size. Now, the easiest way to play the deck is take all damage you can until you're at 4 life. If it's crit, don't take it. Obviously, negate, use a free negate and something like that. And know when to play which card. Which negate, why you're negating, what you're going to gain from that negate. Have they got ways to remove that card from being the board so you lose a card? Or, you know, are they going to be able to stop that card coming onto the board? So that changes the way you use each negate. I'll talk about matchups, and I'll talk about things like that, and I'll just run through things. But this is the sort of the deck core. The problems I found with this, in all honesty, I don't actually think Booler is that great. Now, it's a 1-drop negate with Servant. I get it, so it's easy to play. I don't think it's that great in the upcoming meta. I think this will be one of the cards that we take out and we use for some of the other cards to protect ourselves instead. So we'll talk about that another time. At the end of the video. Gohan, I still think Gohan's great. You know, losing 1 card is great. 25k Servant beat stick. It's a great card. So I do think Gohan is better. And I'll probably, if I remove the Boolers, I'll up Gohan to the 4th. Obviously, we've got Baby, the Golden Avenger. This is such a great card. Using it as a counter, a counter play, or summoning it with Baby Saiyan Strength, the Saiyan Slayer, which is an amazing card as well. So let's talk about the All Too Easy card. I added that just in case of hand hate, and I thought if I was in a really bad predicament, I'd have that in the drop, ready to just use it when, you know, at worst case scenario. So it started off like that, and then I actually found the in round, I think it was round 4. It was either round 4 or round 3. I played against a Gohan player, and he played East Kai against me. Now, that's fine. East Kai's good. The Gohan player, you just let them go aggro, let them do as much as they can. And you know, if they tap, he tapped to blue first, so I knew he wasn't going to feat Kamehameha at certain points. You know, when they tap that, play that green, if they tap it, you know you're safe from feat Kamehameha unless they're going to Senzu Bean. So, you know, I was able to super combo out of it or things like that, or take the double strikes when they were. East Kai. So when I drew into, I only had one copy of All Too Easy because you get to look through your counter plays as much as you want. So, you know, it's quite easy to get to. And I was lucky enough to have it. I think turn 3 or turn 4 I had it. And I waited till him tapped the blue. And then I All Too Easy got rid of his East guy. And then the next ones he was playing, I was sending them to the bottom of the deck with counter plays and things like that to actually make sure that once that East guy was out, make sure it never came out again. So a nice little thing there for you guys to think about for East Kai. Obviously, we've got these DB6 silver bullets coming out there. I have got answers for that. I actually did post about answers in my last video, and I'm still working on the best sort of way to work around it. But, you know, talking about things like that, the green Gohan player actually used the Vegeta that pops your field spell, pops Planet Tuffle. And still, honestly, I know people, I didn't have any issues. Once he popped that, I still didn't have any issues. You just play differently. You don't use your energy. You negate with different things. It didn't make any difference to me, I found. So that was quite interesting. Let's go on to a different part of the deck now. So we got these. These are our techs. These are our sort of like end game winners. We'll talk about that in a sec. Let's talk about this. There's a new unison on the block. Man, this unison. Obviously, we've got our standard 4 Revenge Big Bang, 4 Mekubas, 4 Dimension Magics. I think they're all too good to not play 4 of. Baby the Body Snatcher. Again, another card I think I could quite easily cut down. Because it's only a 10k body, so if you draw into it early, yeah, it's great. It's not a Saiyan, it's a blue card. So I think this is one of the cards as well. You have so many negates in hand that in your deck that I don't think you need to run them all. So I think it's about choosing the ones that are best. And I don't honestly think Body the Baby Snatcher is as good in this deck. I've used it in other decks and it works really well, but I don't think it's as great in this deck. Now let's talk about the MVP of the show. This card, Gogeta, Pursuit of Power. Honestly, this card saved me so many times. So round 1, playing against a Vegex player, and one of the cool things that happened was he went for I had Gogeta on the board. I had quite a few cards out on the board. He had tapped 3 of his energy. He had 4 in total. Said 1 energy open. He was trying different swings and things like that. And I was like, negate, stop. And then he had no energy open and he swung. Attack your leader. I said, yep, no negates. He combos most of his hand, a lot of his hand, and he activates double strike and it gets to 85k. It's like 85k double strike. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't take damage. He's like, oh yeah, oh, I forgot. And that effect there, if your leader is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in rest mode, you don't take damage. It is unreal. This card is so good. Like, it's so useful. I can't even, it's just unreal. Like that, and that happened multiple times. Not everyone comboing over and over again, but a lot of the time they would attack. And then, you know, I would be like, yeah, I don't take damage, dude. So that would be a free attack for me to just sit there. I didn't have to waste my negates. I could sit there, keep my hand size up. That's the most important thing with this deck. Make sure you're playing stuff at the right times to keep that hand size up. It's very, very important, guys. So yeah, Gogeta, the Pursuit of Power. Now, I see a lot of people playing baby lists and they're using the baby unison. The baby unison is dope. It's really good in Soul Striker, but unfortunately, I don't think it works that well in this deck. I really don't. I don't think it's needed. So, you know, that's just my opinion. You know, I didn't have any real issues in matchups. So, round 1, we played Vegex. I had control of the game pretty much the whole way through. So, great player though, really great player. But it wasn't the deck is, you know. This deck thrives against aggro decks, so it did really well, helped me out, you know, and we had a great match, so thank you to him. Round 2, I believe. I'm trying to think, round 2. Sorry, let me just have a sip. Round 2, I believe, was against Sin Shenron. Sin Shenron was cool. That is where Baby Diabolic Parasite came in really handy. Every time he tried to summon something, just either hit it, or Baby the Parasite it, or Trunks SS Gold Sealing Technique. It was just so hard for him to get anything out. You know, you keep trunks. You hardly use trunks. Trunks is your last resort. But hit and baby, they work really well. So it was just a really easy. Sorry. Oh, talking loads makes me yawn. I don't know why. It was just a really easy match. I remember the final turn, he tapped six energy to summon as many things as he could. He hadn't got a 9 drop or anything out all game, and I just trunks and was like, yeah, keep him all in your hand. Next turn, I went to turn 7 and just turning the tide, so he lost all his cards. And, you know, that was that. So these are the finishers. These are, you know, these are some of your finishers. So you have Turning the Tide, Fu Shrouded in Mystery. That's all you really need. The deck, you know, the baby deck, the deck has Baby Golden Avenger, which is another finisher. But you just sit there and you just wait. It's so easy to just stop your opponent doing anything. So that was round 2. Round 3, I got to play against third place Guillaume Boulon, I think, the French player. Great guy. Shout out to him. If hope I got his name right. I'm just trying to remember it from memory. Great game. He was playing Lemon and Lime Freezer. He's been playing the deck since Freezer came out. He loves the deck, so he done really well. Unfortunately, as again, once you start counterplaying the stuff that comes out, as long as you're counterplaying the right things, you just stop everyone's traction because you have ways to stop cards that don't have deflect. You have ways to stop cards that have that don't have barrier. You have ways to stop most things that are coming out. So, and you know, they hand destruction you, and you use the Saiyan apes to keep your hand up, or you just don't really worry because you're not sitting there letting them get stuff to hand destruction you out. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice against that. Then I believe round 4 was Invoker. Now Invoker was the only mistake I made, and I was a bit gutted. I'm pretty sure it's not arrogance. I'm not being arrogant. It was just the way the deck works. I don't think I would have dropped a single game in this tournament. But against Invoker, I genuinely, I haven't played against Invoker much, and I forgot or didn't realize it could kill on turn 5. So on turn 5, I charged one of my counterplays, kept one in hand because I was like, yeah, I don't need the second one. I'll be fine. I know I've got to stop his big guy coming out, so it'll be absolutely fine. And I forgot that he could remove my counterplay. I didn't forget. I knew he could remove it, but I was like, he won't remove it till next turn. And by then, I'll be able to get another counterplay, blah, 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 blah. And unfortunately, he removed it and burnt me for 4 damage. So shout out to the Invoker player. But again, I was in control of the whole match the whole way through. He said, you know, it was a great game. It was unfortunate that I forgot about that counterplay. And it was unfortunate, but it gave me my 1 loss of the day. Round 4, I believe, was Green Gohan. After a repairing, or round 5, sorry. Round 6 was against, round 5 was Green Gohan. My final round was SS Soul Striker, Blue. I hadn't tested against Blue, but it does seem that Baby has a favorable matchup against Blue because everything they're doing, you can do as well, but you're negating more. So obviously they play a Boonie. I don't play a Boonie. The reason I don't play a Boonie, I had it, I sold it. I don't need a Boonie. A Boonie is not needed in this deck. I play Baby, so I got rid of it. The Secret Identity Marseille came in useful against the Abuni, but mainly, again, it was Gogeta, Pursuit of Power, and Turning the Tide, or things like that just really helped. There was a ruling confusion using Baby, so I attacked, he Baby hatched. I then Trunks Sealing God Techniqued it. I thought that because of the wording of the card, it stopped the effect of you can't attack anymore. So because of, I didn't think it countered it. No, I knew it negated my attack, but I didn't think that the rest of the card's effect went into activation because it said, then play this card, then your opponent can't attack for the duration of the turn, blah, 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 blah. So we God Sealinged it. I then attacked again. He babied. I countered. He countered. I then saw God Sealing technique to the counter. So the God counter still stopped my counter, and I still couldn't attack again. But it just meant no one got a baby out. So he got a hatch out. That was about it. And, you know, it didn't change the game at all. So the ruling confusion didn't change the game because it would have just been the same. But again, on the second the second way round. It would have just been the massive chain of things like that. It was a great game. He was a great player, and it led me to come second place. I'm really happy with how it went. I'm really happy with how the tournament went. You will see updates on how this sort of goes. Shout out to everyone who was in that tournament. It was the biggest one Cardmarket had done, and it was a really great experience for me. I don't particularly like playing on webcam, but I hate untap, so I prefer webcam to untap. So you know, it's a lesser of two evils, I suppose. I can't wait to get back to real events, guys. Massive shout out to Team Black Star, and also massive shout out to Scott Sedman. You know, mini hand. He showed his worth that day. He came, I think, like 13th or something like that, and he was really happy. Everyone did really well. There was a lot of great players in that event, so massive well done to everyone there. And as per usual, guys, stay smooth. Peace.